This man discovered a shocking secret beneath the ocean that left him completely stunned. He saw thick, heavy iron chains stretching far into the depths of the sea. And there wasn't just one chain, there were several of them. It looked as if some enormous and dangerous creature had been chained down there. His heart started pounding. He immediately swam toward the surface to find out what was going on. But the moment he looked up, his blood ran cold. A massive wave, nearly 100 meters high, was racing straight toward him. At that terrifying moment, a small flying donkey beside him suddenly spread its wings and pulled the man out of the water with all its strength. Somehow, it managed to carry him to safety and save him from the deadly wave. Once the enormous wave passed, the ocean became calm again. That's when the man noticed those terrifying chains once more. He saw something as huge as a mountain being held down by them. At first, it looked like a floating island, but then came the shocking part. The island had eyes. They were so enormous that he could clearly see sadness and helplessness in them. It looked as though the creature was silently begging him for help. The sight touched the man's heart, and he decided that he would free the helpless creature no matter what. When he looked more closely, he realized it wasn't an island at all. It was an ancient, gigantic whale trapped beneath the ocean, bound by massive iron chains. Pearl-like tears were streaming from the whale's enormous eyes. Seeing how much pain it was in made the man even more determined to save it. Then he noticed the whale's enormous, cave-like nostril, and suddenly he came up with a daring plan. He immediately climbed onto the back of his magical donkey and flew straight inside the whale's nostril. He knew that if he could tickle the inside of its nose, the whale would have no choice but to sneeze. So he told the donkey to gently use its wings to tickle the walls inside the whale's nostril. As the tickling grew stronger, the whale found it harder and harder to hold back its sneeze. Slowly, it began lifting its gigantic, mountain-sized head. As its head rose higher, seawater started rushing into its nostril, and the old, rusty iron chains began to snap apart. When the whale finally lifted its head all the way up, the remaining chains broke one after another. Then, with one enormous sneeze, the whale was finally free from every chain. The man and the flying donkey escaped just in time and made it to safety. But that donkey wasn't an ordinary animal. It was actually a divine horse from heaven that had come down to Earth one day just for fun. During its time on Earth, it accidentally destroyed a farmer's wheat field. The man had been hired to guard that very field. One day, the magical horse accidentally fell into a river. The kind-hearted man threw it a rope and pulled it out. He was about to tie the horse up when he noticed tears of regret in its eyes. His heart softened. He made the horse promise that it would never hurt anyone again. Only then would he set it free. The horse agreed to his promise. After being released, the magical horse was so touched by the man's kindness that the very next morning, it gave him 2 beautiful horses as a gift. Then it transformed itself into an ordinary little donkey. However, its magic and powers remained just as strong as before. From then on, the donkey could run at lightning speed and even fly through the sky.